Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park. It's Friday, October 17th, 2025. Today we have 7 qualifying races to be contested. A cool fall morning here in Campbellville. Track fast, temperature 8 degrees Celsius. The flags standing still. Let's look at the conditions, and now we'll look at the field for our first qualifier as they take their positions. 1, T.H. Morgan Fairchild. 2 is Harper Hanover. 3 is Stonebridge Poetry. That one is scratched. 4 is White Ignite. 5 is going to be Something Green. Stormont Full of Life will be the 6, and on the outside 7 will be Southwind Grenade. It's a field of 6 for the first qualifier. Trotters lined up, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. T.H. Morgan Fairchild from the inside is pushing ahead. On the outside, though, the quickest is going to be Southwind Grenade. Southwind Grenade for Louis Waugh, striding on up to take the early lead. T.H. Morgan Fairchild gets away in second. A Stormont Full of Life gets up ahead there and should settle in third in front of Harper Hanover, who is fourth. Fifth into the first turn is going to be White Ignite, and your trailer will be Something Green. To the opening panel they go. It's Waugh and Southwind Grenade through that opening marker in 29 and 4. Southwind Grenade is up front. A two-length advantage here. Second is T.H. Morgan Fairchild, then third into the backstretch is Stormont Full of Life. It's about 4.5 lengths back to Harper Hanover, who is trotting along in fourth. That one is being tracked by White Ignite in fifth, and then it's 7 lengths back to the trailer Something Green. So there'll be no change in order here as they move their way through this second quarter. Louis Waugh has Southwind Grenade looking comfortable on the lead. Meanwhile, T.H. Morgan Fairchild there for Tyler Jones. Tightens on up once again. We'll try and sit right on the leader's helmet as they were by the half in a minute and 2/5. That was a second quarter trotted in 30 and 3. And as they maneuver their way into the far turn, it continues to be Southwind Grenade, who takes it out to 2 lengths. Second, T.H. Morgan Fairchild, 2 lengths back to Stormont Full of Life. Then Harper Hanover in fourth, White Ignite is fifth, and it's about 12 lengths back to the trailer Something Green. Midway around the far turn, and it's still Southwind Grenade up top. Second, T.H. Morgan Fairchild. First mover off the wood, that's going to be Stormont Full of Life. Three-quarter time was 1:29 and 4. The Trotters swing into the stretch at 29 and 2. Third quarter there for Southwind Grenade, who is looking to go the distance. T.H. Morgan Fairchild back in second. Wide on the outside, third is Stormont Full of Life. White Ignite on the outside is trying to get on by Harper Hanover for fourth, and then back to Something Green. Late in the mile here, it's T.H. Morgan Fairchild on the outside who's going to come on by. So T.H. Morgan Fairchild makes up that ground late on a tiring Southwind Grenade. Third goes to Stormont Full of Life. White Ignite was fourth, 1:59 and 2. Starter calls in the horses and drivers for today's second qualifier. Scratch number 1, Latitude. It'll be now a field of 8. Pacers to take their positions. Driver change on 4, Garden Bell. Scott Zeron will drive. Inside out, 2 will be the rail starter. That is Pros with James McDonald. 3, Lady Century, Jody Jameson. 4, Garden Bell, Scott Zeron. 5, Play Pal, Doug McNair. 6, Barbadian Breeze, Tyler Jones. 7, Twin B John B, Louis Waugh. 8, Evans Legacy, Bob McClure. And 9, Ace 44 Apollo, Nicholas Ahern. Starting 8 into the stretch. Here they come, qualifier number 2. And they're off and pacing. A few of them are trying to charge forward. The quickest of all is Barbadian Breeze. Next door neighbor, Twin B John B to move ahead into second. There's Evans Legacy and Ace 44 Apollo. So the outside 4 will be the quickest away. Lady Century gets away in 5th. On the outside, that is Play Pal. Inside, you'll find Garden Bell second from last. And the trailer will be Pros as they get into the first turn. It is Barbadian Breeze out in front by 2. Second is Twin B John B. Opening quarter time was 28-3. Off a 28-3 opener, the Pacers now straighten their way into the backstretch. Everybody's got a seat as they line up, and it's going to be Barbadian Breeze leading it. In second is Twin B John B. A couple lengths going back to Evans Legacy in third. Ace 44 Apollo is right there in fourth. Tightening up fifth is Lady Century. Toes 2 is Play Pal. Then Garden Bell, and that one is followed by Pros. As they move up the backstretch, it continues to be the first timer, the son of Catawash, Barbadian Breeze, by 2 lengths as they were by the half in 58-4. Second quarter, slowing things down a little bit there. 30-1, a 2-length lead. Still for Barbadian Breeze. Second is Twin B John B. 3 lengths back to Evans Legacy in third, followed by Ace 44 Apollo in fourth. Fifth with 5/8 of the mile now in the books. That is Lady Century. Couple more lengths to Play Pal, followed by Garden Bell and Pros. Nobody's moved just yet as they're approaching 3 quarters. It continues to be Barbadian Breeze as the 2-year-old will get them the 3 quarters, being tracked closely by another son of Catawash and Twin B John B. 128-1 was the 3-quarter time, and they're into the stretch. Barbadian Breeze, Twin B John B to the outside, trying to power on by. An 1/8 of a mile to go as they will square off. Barbadian Breeze, Twin B John B. Back in third is Evans Legacy. Ace 44 Apollo is fourth. Fifth is Lady Century. Deep stretch, Barbadian Breeze still holding the lead. Twin B John B being pushed on the outside. Won't get by. Barbadian Breeze with a good debut. Second was Twin B John B. Third was Evans Legacy. Ace 44 Apollo was fourth in 155-4. Today's third qualifier is coming up next, and we'll be back on the trot. A field of 5. There are no scratches here. Just one driver change as number 3, Buck Dancer, will be driven by Jody Jamieson. This third qualifier features number 5, Emoticon Legacy. Most recently, winners of the Kentucky Futurity and Canadian Trotting Classic. Emoticon Legacy will be competing in next Saturday's Breeders' Crown 3-year-old colt trot. No eliminations were required, so the Luke Blay trainee will tune up here this morning, going against 4 rivals in this third qualifier. As they line on up, number 1, Richie Rich. James McDonald drives the 3-year-old colt. 2 is Shadrach Hanover. Jonathan Drury behind the 8-year-old. 3 is Buck Dancer, 9-year-old gelding, driven by Jody Jamieson. 4, Handsome Sebastian, 7-year-old gelding, driven by Bob McClure. And 5, Emoticon Legacy, the 3-year-old colt, to be driven by Louis Waugh for trainer Luke Blay. Starting gate into the stretch, a field of 5. Qualifier number 3, here they come. And the raw fan trotting. Handsome Sebastian gets the first call, and that one is off the wings quickly to the front. Shadrach Hanover in second. Buck Dancer on the outside as the stablemate will line up second and third. Emoticon Legacy is going to work around Richie Rich to get ahead into fourth. But loose on the lead is Handsome Sebastian for McClure. Clear by about 7 lengths as they drive into the first turn. In second is Shadrach Hanover. Buck Dancer yields to sit on that one's back third. Emoticon Legacy fourth. Fifth is Richie Rich. 28 seconds flat was the opening quarter. And your leader is Handsome Sebastian. Into the backstretch, Handsome Sebastian leading it by double digits here. In second, that is Shadrach Hanover. Third is Buck Dancer. Then it's about 3 lengths back to Emoticon Legacy, who is in fourth. And fifth is Richie Rich. So all alone on the lead was Handsome Sebastian, pumped up here today. McClure's got that one out in about the 2 or 3 path coming up to the midway point. So Handsome Sebastian goes by the half in a time of 56 and 3. That was 28 and 3 in the second quarter. Handsome Sebastian, as McClure trying to rein this one in a little bit here for the back half with a 7-length lead. Second, Shadrach Hanover. Third is Buck Dancer. Still about 3.5 lengths back to Emoticon Legacy in fourth. And fifth is Richie Rich. Handsome Sebastian around the far turn. The 14-time winner over $250,000 made leads it by 5 lengths. Now going down to 4 as Shadrach Hanover is second. Buck Dancer third and Emoticon Legacy fourth. 3/4 time was 125 and 1. So once again, a 28 and 3 split into the stretch. Handsome Sebastian. So Handsome Sebastian, we'll see what he's got left here for the final quarter. And he looks like he's got a bit. So Handsome Sebastian leads it. Drifting way out is Shadrach Hanover. Buck Dancer goes down to the rail. Emoticon Legacy will try to have a good kick here in the final 16th now as he'll turn in his own kind of mile as expected. It will be Handsome Sebastian, Emoticon Legacy to be second, Shadrach Hanover third, Buck Dancer was fourth. The time 1:53 and 3. The fourth qualifier is the next one that will be contested here on this Friday morning, and it will be older trotters, a field of 4. There are no changes, and all 4 of these trotters heading to the Breeders' Crown next Saturday night here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. 3 of them will line up in the mare trot, 1 of them in the open trot. The one, Emoji Hanover, the 4-year-old daughter of Green Shoe for Determination Luke Blay. James McDonald drives today. The stablemate is 2 Drawn Impression. Once again, Determination and Blay. Louis Waugh handles this 4-year-old daughter of Muscle Hill, a homebred for Determination. The 3 will be Elise de Hanover, the 4-year-old daughter of International Money, trained by Annie Stobie, and driven by David Miller. For the Curries, Stobie, who share ownership. And then number 4 will be Periculum. Marcus Melander trains. Scott Zeron drives the 6-year-old son of Muscle Hill, the winner of last year's Maple Leaf Trot, who is owned by Brixton Medical, Holly Lane stud, and comes in off a victory in the Alarage back on October 5th at the Red Mile. So the field of 4 is going to be called in now by the starter. Again, it's Emoji Hanover, Drawn Impression, Elise de Hanover, and Periculum for qualifier number 4. Our 4th of 7 here this morning at Woodbine Mohawk Park. And with these 4 heading to the Breeders' Crown Finals next Saturday night. Don't forget the Breeders' Crown eliminations begin this evening. 2-year-old eliminations to be contested as part of a 13-race card. 6:35 is your first race post time. Then we'll move tomorrow night to the 3-year-old and open divisions with their eliminations. Once again, a 6:35 first race post. Trotters lined up. 1 Emoji Hanover with James McDonald. 2 Drawn Impression, Louis Waugh. 3 Elise de Hanover, David Miller. And 4 Periculum, Scott Zeron. Gate swings into the stretch. Here they come. Qualifier number 4. And the raw fan trotting Elise de Hanover to grab the early lead. So Elise de Hanover right off the wings there. Ready to go. Strikes the front as Periculum moves up into second. And then the stablemates, Emoji Hanover and Drawn Impression, will get away 3rd and 4th. Into the first turn, Elise de Hanover in front. So Periculum back in second. And then racing 3rd is Emoji Hanover, Drawn Impression right behind the stablemate. Opening quarter was 28 seconds flat for Elise de Hanover. Has a career mark of 51-3. She moves into the backstretch up top by about 3 lengths. In second is Periculum, the double millionaire. Races second. Then we're going back about 6 or 7 lengths to Emoji Hanover. Career win of over 300,000. Her stablemate Drawn Impression, who's made 700,000 plus, is racing in 4th, just off of her stablemate. They were by the midway point in 56-2. So after a 28-second opener, Elise de Hanover and Miller go 28-2 in the second panel. Tightening up in second is Periculum, still about 7 lengths back to Emoji Hanover in 3rd. Another 2 to Drawn Impression in 4th. They're midway around the far turn here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Elise de Hanover been doing the road work. Periculum edging a bit closer now. Will be right on the helmet as they hit the top of the stretch. 3/4 time, 124 flat. So they ramped it up there, 27-3 in the 3rd quarter. Elise de Hanover into the lane. Periculum in second. Emoji Hanover is 3rd, and Drawn Impression is 4th. 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Elise de Hanover with the advantage, as Periculum will stay right in behind. Emoji Hanover 3rd, Drawn Impression 4th. Nothing's going to change here, and Elise de Hanover certainly ready for the Breeders' Crown. She'll win this one by about 2 1/4. Second was Periculum. Emoji Hanover 3rd, Drawn Impression 4th. The time, 1:51-1. So Elise de Hanover takes a new career best here in this qualifier, getting set for the Breeders' Crown. Shaves 2/5 off her previous mark of 1:51-3. Winning this qualifier in 1:51-1 for David Miller and trainer Annie Stobie. Horses lining up for the 5th qualifier. No scratches, 1 driver change. Number 4, Fast Lane Jane. The driver will be Steve Houdon. 1 Wicked Day, Jody Jameson. 2 All Over Town, Louis Waugh. 3 Side Effects, Nicholas Ahern. 4 Fast Lane Jane, Steve Houdon. 5 Mickey 6, Doug McNair. 6 My Last Kiss, Burt Renault. 7 Job Hunter, Des Tacour. And 8 Better Swift, Don Johnson. The Pacers send on their way in qualifier number 5. Mickey 6 going out to the lead along with My Last Kiss. So to Job Hunter into the early mix, and Better Swift will come across the track there from that outside spot to get away in 4th. Rail Starter Wicked Day is 5th. 6 will be Fast Lane Jane. 7th to the first turn. Side Effects. Your trailer is All Over Town as the Pacers are approaching the opening quarter. Mickey 6 on a loose lead here for McNair by 4. That opening quarter time, 28-1. It is Mickey 6 out with the top spot. In second is My Last Kiss. Racing in 3rd is Job Hunter. A couple lengths back to Better Swift in 4th. Wicked Day is 5th. They move up the backstretch with Fast Lane Jane checking in 6th. 7th is Side Effects, and All Over Town can see them all about 20 lengths from the top as Mickey 6 continues to cruise along. Second qualifier off the bench here for Mickey 6. The first tour coming back last Friday saw a 56-3 individual clocking, home in 27 seconds flat. The half hit in 57-4, so slowing things down 29-3 in the second quarter. It is Mickey 6. In second continues to be My Last Kiss, followed closely by Job Hunter in 3rd. Better Swift is 4th. A couple links back to Wicked Day in 5th. Still Fast Lane Jane 6th. 7th to Side Effects, All Over Town in 8th. First one to move as we look to the back of the pack. 3rd from last, Fast Lane Jane looks to advance. Up front, though, it's all Mickey 6, leading it by 6 or 7 lengths. 126 flat for 3 quarters. So Mickey 6 won a 28 1/3 panel into the stretch, and the 4-year-old mare Mickey 6 with the sizable advantage. My Last Kiss in 2nd. Job Hunter is 3rd. Then we're going back to Better Swift in 4th. Into 5th, Fast Lane Jane, a 16th to go. Mickey 6, after several months off, back-to-back qualifiers, both of them looking good. And here today, she will be a winner by about 12 lengths. Mickey 6 takes it, finishing in 2nd up on the outside. That was Job Hunter edging My Last Kiss. Fast Lane Jane got 4th from Better Swift in 5th. 153-1, 27-1 home for Mickey 6. The 6th qualifier is next. Trotters to line up. Several driver changes. 2, Abby's Medal, driven by Scott Zeron. 3, Supergirl Molly, now driven by James McDonald. 5, Last Haul will be driven by Jody Jameson. And 8, Show Me the Green will be driven by Scott Young. The number 7, Time Will Tear It, is scratched. Number 6 in here is Apex, the Mohawk Million winner. Had a direct spot into the Breeders' Crown Final next Friday, so he will qualify here. Dexter Dunn for trainer Marcus Melander. Inside out, 1, Fateful, Chris Christopher. 2, Abby's Medal, Scott Zeron. 3, Supergirl Molly, James McDonald. 4, Flash Chap, Louis Waugh. 5, Last Haul, Jody Jameson. 6, Apex, Dexter Dunn. 7, Scratch, and 8, Show Me the Green, Scott Young. Here they come for the 6th. And they're off and trotting. A breaker at the inside was Fateful. Coming away well will be Supergirl Molly, along with Apex in the center. Between horses was Last Haul. Abby's Medal gets away in 4th, going back to Flash Chap in 5th. At that one's wheel is Show Me the Green, and resetting after that quick break was Fateful, and that one will catch on up, so they line up into the first turn. And in front it is Supergirl Molly. Supergirl Molly in front, the 3-year-old daughter of Muscle Mass, tracked closely by Apex. 28-3 was the opening quarter. They'll move to the backstretch. Supergirl Molly in front, Apex in 2nd, Last Haul is 3rd. 2 lengths back to Abby's Medal in 4th. 5th is Flash Chap. Then in 6th is going to be Show Me the Green, and racing in 7th is Fateful. Midway up the backstretch here, Supergirl Molly in front. Off stride in 3rd went Last Haul. That one made a break. So Apex is just tracking along in 2nd. Winner of the Peter Houghton back in September at Hoosier Park. That got him an automatic spot into the Breeders' Crown Final, as they were by the half in 57-3. Second quarter in 29 seconds flat. So on to the far turn, Supergirl Molly. Apex, the 2-year-old son of Wallner. This is his first charted line since winning the Mohawk Million right here back on September 20th. And it's just getting to track right along. Not going to sit much longer, though. Out of the 2-hole, Apex pops off the back here of Supergirl Molly. Abby's Medal is in 3rd. Flash Chap is 4th. 5th is Show Me the Green, going back to Fateful. And our other breaker was Last Haul. 3-quarter time was 1:26.2. They're into the stretch, and Apex now takes the lead. So Apex takes over from Supergirl Molly, who got them as far as 3 quarters. Abby's Medal is in 3rd. Flash Chap comes to the outside 4th. Show Me the Green is in 5th, coming into deep stretch. And here is Apex. Apex to star next Friday in the Breeders' Crown Final. Apex is ready, wins it by 7, finishing in 2nd with Supergirl Molly. Up on the outside, Flash Chap was 3rd. The time, 1:54.1. Final qualifier today. We'll see a field of 6 older pacers to line up. 1 driver change, 3. Jabberwocky will be Scott Zeron. So from the inside out, 1 Wicked Prince, Billy Davis, 2 Malicious, Don Johnson, 3 Jabberwocky, Scott Zeron, 4 Control the Power, Scott Young, 5 Ham Sandwich, Steve Houdon, 6 Be Sunny, James McDonald. Field of 6 for qualifier 7. Again, coming up tonight, first night of the Breeders' Crown eliminations. First race post time here at Mohawk, 6:35. And the raw fan pacing here in our final qualifier. And qualifier number 7, we'll see Jabberwocky go out to the early lead. Malicious cuts in front of Wicked Prince to grab second. Looks like everyone else will potentially line up. Control the Power is to the outside of Wicked Prince. Then the Gray Ham Sandwich and the last one Be Sunny. Jabberwocky all alone up top as they race to the first turn. It is Jabberwocky, the 6-year-old, with the lead, coming by the opening quarter in a time of 28-3. Everybody else is well back, but they're lined up, and they are single file into the backstretch. So Jabberwocky by 10. Back in second is Malicious. Wicked Prince is following that one in third. Control the Power is in fourth and ready to go here for Scott Young. So Control the Power wants to pick things up. We'll look to sweep up into second. Meanwhile, Ham Sandwich is in fifth, and Be Sunny can see them all from sixth. Jabberwocky alone up top by the midway point in a time of 57 seconds flat, and they race to the far turn. Now into second goes Control the Power. Takes that spot from Malicious, who is relegated back to third. Wicked Prince is fourth. Ham Sandwich is fifth. Be Sunny is 2 lengths off that rival sixth. 5/8 of the mile now complete for Jabberwocky. And Jabberwocky, the career winner of more than $420,000 with a mark of 148-3. Jabberwocky, first appearance since mid-June, takes him by 3/4 in a time of 125-1. So it's all Jabberwocky off of that 3/4 clocking into the lane. Back in second, Control the Power. Ham Sandwich up on the outside, trying to get into third. Battling by Malicious, followed by Wicked Prince and Be Sunny. But Jabberwocky and Scott Zeron were not to be touched here in the final qualifier. They will gate to wire. It'll be Jabberwocky. Control the Power looking to hold on to second. On the outside is Wicked Prince. Ham Sandwich between rivals. So Wicked Prince got second in that melee. The time, 1:53.